I got a drop on the Philly nigga. He say he out west. He all hype cause he...
Hey, it's Money Morena. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Money Morena and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey you guys, my name is Amber J. Lee, and today I'm doing a video in response to Stephco, and it is about pretty privilege. So she went on a rant, well not a rant, she just had a little spiel about how there is a such thing called pretty privilege. And I do want to give a response to that and talk more about her experiences and how she says pretty privilege is a thing, which I do believe pretty privilege is a thing. I'm not in any way invalidating her experiences in her life. Pretty privilege is a thing. It definitely is a thing. But we can all choose how pretty privilege affect us, right? So me growing up, I didn't have pretty privilege. I still don't have pretty privilege, but I don't let it affect me. And I feel like she had let it affect her to the point where it made her feel it a lot stronger than I have felt it, right? So being a dark-skinned woman growing up back then, you can imagine how hard it was. Not being an ideal type, and etc., etc. But when I would go out and I would do things, I would notice it, but at the end of the day, I didn't let it affect me, because people who are doing pretty privilege are not people who I would want to be associated with in the first place. Pretty privilege affects you based on how much you love yourself, right? So growing up, even though it wasn't that easy and I was always told these things about, you know, my appearance, I never believed it, because at home I was always told I was loved and that I was beautiful. So when people used to say things or wouldn't give me the attention, it didn't bother me, because at the end of the day, I knew I was worth the attention that I was or was not getting. So I wasn't constantly looking around for the attention. She says that one night she went to a party, it was like her birthday, she got all dressed up, and that she noticed that when she walked in, nobody looked, but everybody looked at her friend. Well, one, when you're walking in a room, you should be focused on yourself, you, and who are you going to meet. Yes, you will want guys to talk to you, but if they don't talk to you, that's okay. One, you don't know what's going on in their mind. Maybe they don't want to talk to you. And maybe you're right. Maybe you aren't their type. And that's okay. We're allowed to have types. The world is vain. The world is vain. The world has always been vain. The world is always going to be vain. Before us, after us, it's still going to be vain. But it's how bad you let it affect you. Yes, I can cry. We can all cry tears for days about how people aren't giving us attention, how others have it better than us. But at the end of the day, it's how we let it affect us, how it rules our world. It's because she paid so much attention to who was not giving her attention. She probably wasn't even paying attention to who was giving her attention. And the people who she was getting attention from, she probably didn't value that attention because it wasn't the attention to who she wanted to get it from. At the end of the day, no one owes you anything, right? So if you aren't the universal type, you have to work with what you have and stop looking for ways to confirm that you aren't the universal type. I know this. I know I'm not the universal type, but I'm not constantly looking and seeking for rejection. It was like she was looking at rejection. She was so used to rejection that she was always looking for rejection. She was always expecting everybody to reject her. Whether they paid you attention or they didn't, you're you, and you are meant to be you. You know? I'm not invalidating herself, but I feel like she was always looking for ways of being rejected, or she was always looking for things that show sign of rejection. Yes, it is annoying, and yes, it is hard, you know, not being a pretty one of the group, or not having, just the looks, and, not having the feels, and the guys buy you drinks and things like that. But am I going to cry about that all my life? Am I going to allow that to stop me from enjoying myself, and stop me from going out, stop me from going out to experience my friends and people? Men are going to be men. And 9 times out of 10, if a man is approaching a woman, it's for sexual reasons, right? If you aren't the universal type, that's okay. It is what it is. But guess what? You're somebody's type. And you're the type of the person you're supposed to be with. It may not be the universe, and that's okay, because you're not meant for the universe. You're meant for a select few. That makes you special. You don't have anybody running up to you trying to get with you because of your looks, So it's like, it's a blessing. I don't see it as a curse. I see it as a blessing. And I feel like she should embrace herself instead of looking for rejection. You can say, oh, he don't talk to me, that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm having fun. For her to say that she's not going out, it's like, since you only get to be young once, you know? So it's like, sis, go out. You don't buy you drinks, okay? That's fine. You go out to enjoy yourself. You don't go out for the guys. At the end of the day, I go out for the guys. I go out for my friends. I go out for myself. I feel like she messed up when she started going out for other people. When you're looking for someone to say that you look good, you're going out for other people. You're not going out for yourself. And that's the quickest way to ruin your night, because you're going out for the wrong reasons. You're going out for the wrong reasons. You're dressing up for the wrong reasons. When you dress up and get ready for your birthday, it's for yourself. It's not for other people. So I don't know. I do believe pretty privilege exists, but I do believe that it shouldn't have. I mean, when you're young, you don't know any better. You don't know any better. You don't know that the love that you're looking for is inside of you, and that the acceptance that you're looking for is inside of you, and it starts with you and only you. You don't know that you're looking for external people and things to make you feel good. But when you learn that you is where it all started at and where all the self-love comes from, you are that vessel. You are that you are that heart of love and acceptance. Who isn't looking at you and who isn't buying you drinks won't matter, because you are the fountain. So I feel like we should, at a young age, invest that in our dark and brown skinned sisters. Because the word they're going to give it to us, they never had, they never will. And we don't know if they're going to give it to us in the future, or most likely not. It's a constant, it was just her ego was constantly being damaged, and she was using outside and external sources of people to make her feel better. Like, if they buy me these drinks, I feel good. If these guys come rushing over myself, I must be as fine as they think I am. It was all about the other person. It was never about her. Her birthday was for her. Her going out is for her. So it was like, it's just something that I feel like we should install in people. At any day, I'm not invalidating her feelings. Her feelings are valid. How she experienced things are valid. That was just her point of view. But I'm just giving my perspective on it, and something that she can take heed to if she gets a hold of this video. 9 times out of 10, the average person is moving for their own agenda. Men especially, but women too. We're looking for what we want. And if you aren't what they want, that's okay. People are allowed to want what they want. I am not what 9 out of 10 wants, but when that one person come around, that's okay. And this is something that we need to install in our kids' minds, so they can know early, so they won't be like her, you know, growing up thinking this way and closing their hearts off and closing their minds off and thinking everything is about rejection and everybody's rejecting them, because not everybody's rejecting you. Basically, what I wanted to say is, you are responsible for how you feel about things that happen to you. You are not responsible for what happens to you, but you're responsible for how you take them, how you digest them, and how you let them affect you. She let certain things that happened to her stop her from enjoying the beauties of life. And the beauty of life is loving yourself, embracing yourself, and seeing yourself as you are, who you're supposed to be. Okay? I will talk more about this, but I do want to see what people say about this and how they feel about it. And if you have a comment on it, leave it in the comment below. This is not a video to bash her, but I just want to understand. I want to have this conversation. I feel like we need to have this conversation. Black woman to black woman. Let's have this conversation. Let's get deep with it. A lot of things stem from low self-esteem. And that's it. Comment, like, and subscribe.